My friends, welcome back to another edition of a sort of unpopular opinion, and today, we're not going to be discussing or reviewing any movies, we're not going to criticize or talk bad about critically beloved films, and we're not going to have movies compete head-to-head to see which one is the best. Today, we have ourselves a fun little video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the 5 most iconic characters from Seinfeld, and we're going to sort them into the Hogwarts houses that best suits them. Now, for those who don't know, Seinfeld is one of my favorite TV shows. I'm a massive fan, and I've been watching it for years. In fact, I love the show so much that I even have the Seinfeld Lego set and the Seinfeld board game Clue edition. Naturally, when Netflix decided to add it, I went on a massive Seinfeld bender. And for bizarre reasons that are unknown, I had a crazy dream where the Harry Potter universe collided with Seinfeld. And, well, it looks something like this. So today I'll be playing the part of the Sorting Hat by placing Seinfeld's most iconic characters into their new Hogwarts house. We'll be looking at their personality traits and history to see where they'll be spending their next 7 years at Hogwarts.
Alright, let's just stay calm here! Don't get all crazy on me!
But before we get into the video itself, I humbly ask that you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It costs you nothing to do so, it's totally free, and just one like can really help me out and go a long way. Also, my goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by October, so if you could hook me up, I'd be really grateful. Help a brother out by dropping a like and subscribe. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's start our Hogwarts journey with the man himself, the namesake of the show, Jerry Seinfeld. Out of the main characters, Jerry's the only one who has his act together. He's a successful comedian who's the straight man of the group. He's very stoic and sarcastic, and always has a one-liner on deck.
What kind of a person are you?
I think I'm pretty much like you, only successful.
Not difficult, I'm easy.
Why, because you dress casual and sleep with a lot of guys?
Very clever and quick-witted, Jerry typically stays out of the chaos that ensues on the show. So for the most part, he doesn't experience the misfortune and have the misadventures his friends do. So where does that place him? My friends, the Sorting Hat has spoken, and Jerry is a Ravenclaw. Guys, I say Jerry's a Ravenclaw because Ravenclaws value intelligence, smarts, and cleverness. And I'm not saying Jerry's a genius, but the fact that he's smart enough, or lucky enough, to stay out of his friends' disastrous catastrophes while somewhat giving advice is kind of a testament to his intellect.
You know, one of these days, something terrible is gonna happen to you. It has to.
Nah, I'm gonna be just fine.
Also, it does take a certain type of genius to be a successful comedian like he is. Just saying. And the fact that he's super quick with his clever one-liners is proof enough that Jerry is a Ravenclaw.
Because he's my butler.
Up next, we have the self-described short, stocky, bald man, George Costanza. In short, George is his own worst enemy. When something minor happens to him, he goes to extreme lengths to solve the minor or non-existent problem, and he ends up shooting himself in the foot. He really is his own worst enemy. George is very unstable, to say the least. He's got a quick temper and is very immoral.
Jerry! The Japanese guys had sake in the hot tub. You gotta get them out of the drawers and get them down here, or I don't have a focus group to sell the pilot to Japanese TV.
And one can make the argument that he's a sociopath. He's very ambitious with his crazy revenge plots, and he's very cunning. He's usually able to make up lies really quick on the fly, and is very dishonest with people, but it usually all blows up in his face. Not just that, but the man is greedy, cheap, selfish. I could honestly go on and on. So, where does he fit into Hogwarts? Guys, this was an easy one.
Slytherin!
George is definitely a Slytherin. Even though most of his plans aren't successful, he is very cunning and very ambitious. A lot of his traits and qualities coincide with many Slytherin characters in Harry Potter. He's quick to rage. He always has mischievous plots.
But I'm disturbed. I'm depressed. I'm inadequate. I got it all.
And he's always lying to everyone.
I'm an architect.
Also, I highly doubt any other house would accept him. Now, my friends, we come to probably the most beloved Seinfeld character, the K-Man himself, Cosmo Kramer.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Guys, Kramer is Jerry's eccentric neighbor who gets himself into really crazy situations that at the end of the day would probably make for a great story. He's charming.
I'm Kramer.
He's a total ladies' man and a chick magnet.
I have this power.
And at the end of the day, he might accidentally screw over his friends, but he really does care about them. He truly is loyal to those he cares about, especially Jerry. And to prove my point, Cosmo literally had a nightmare and cried over his guilt for not inviting Jerry to a New Year's Eve party.
Jerry, Newman.
Pneumanium!
Oh, Jerry?
So my friends, with all the facts, the Sorting Hat has spoken, and Cosmo Kramer is a Hufflepuff.
Kramer?
Get out of here.
What took you so long?
Next up, we have everyone's favorite mailman, Jerry's arch nemesis himself, Newman.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Newman.
According to Seinfeld himself, Newman is pure evil. He's the Draco Malfoy to Jerry's Harry Potter. Newman is very conniving, very manipulative, and will use any opportunity to stick it to Jerry. A few examples off the top of my head would include him purposely infesting Jerry's apartment with fleas, helping Kramer steal Jerry's girlfriend, and ratting Jerry out for kissing during a screening of Schindler's List. I can go on, and another trait of Newman is he's a coward. Every time Jerry confronts him, he crumbles with fear and grovels in an attempt for mercy. However, the man is cunning and not to be underestimated. He might not go toe-to-toe with his enemies, but he's the master of social guerrilla warfare, so to speak.
The day when I would have the proof I needed to haul you out of your cushy lair.
So that pretty much seals his fate as a Slytherin, and I think he would make a fine Death Eater. Last, and certainly least, we have Elaine Bennis. Guys, Elaine is definitely my least favorite character. I mean, she's absolutely despicable. She's integral to the show, no doubt, and has contributed really funny moments to it, but it's undeniable she's an awful person. George is the one with the most immorality out of the group, undeniably, but Elaine is just the most socially unbearable. Sorry for that tangent, but let's get back into the analysis. Elaine is very manipulative, very untrustworthy, and she uses her looks to try to seduce and take advantage of people.
Am I that charming and beautiful?
No. No, you're not.
Furthermore, she's very vicious and has a temper. She likes to dominate over people and control them, and she's been known to get physical with people. However, she's not so tough if someone stands up to her and puts her in her place. But overall, I'd like to equate her to Bellatrix Lestrange. She's a snake in the grass. Get the symbolism? That's called foreshadowing, because friends, Elaine Bennis is a Slytherin. Well, gang, that's all I have for you. Those are the 5 most iconic Seinfeld characters sorted into Hogwarts houses. These were just my opinions on how they'd fare in Harry Potter, so don't take this as fact or the end-all be-all, because the true placement of them into the houses will never be known. Unless one day J.K. Rowling clues us in and tells us where they'd go. And in that case, someone please send her this video because I'd love to find out where she'd put these characters. Nevertheless, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe. Remember, just one like can go a long way and really help me out. Also, be sure to check me out on Instagram. I'll have that linked in the description below. And while you're at it, how's about clicking on one of my other videos that's appearing on the screen right now, like me watching Hamburger Hill for the first time. Also, I want to give a massive shout out to the artist who created the Seinfeld Harry Potter posters. Emily, you're the best, and this wouldn't be possible without you, so thank you very much. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Unpopular Opinion.